What's going on, everybody? The All-Stars dropped, right? We got the reserves, we got the starters some time ago. They're here. We have them. People are upset, right? Naturally, I'm upset. You're upset. Everybody's upset. There's never a year where everybody's like, yay, joyful. That was great, right? We have all the All-Stars here. Let's go through them. Before we go through them, I did want to let you guys know, if you made it this far already, I love you. Thank you. But I did want to do this full face. We're waiting for a better camera to do that. It looks very blurry if I do that right now. For now, you're going to see my doc. Not preferable, but I didn't want to delay it. Anyways, Kyrie Irving, great pick. I love it. We'll have an argument later, but it's solid. It's great. Kyrie Irving been balling. Nets been losing, even though Kevin Durant's injured. Obviously, they're going to lose a lot. Kyrie's lifted them to a few wins, I think. Maybe one, maybe two, maybe three. If it was three, that'd be incredible. Donovan Mitchell, absolutely phenomenal pick. No discussion about that. That is absolutely fine. Everybody loves Donovan Mitchell. Except Dylan Brooks. If you saw what happened last night, yeah. Jason Tatum. Of course. These next three, obviously, the Jason Tatum, Kevin Durant, Giannis Antetokounmpo, is going to be all debatable within the Joel Embiid realm. We'll get into that. But love the pick, of course. I'm a Celtics fan if you did not know. So, my boy Jason Tatum. Love it. Kevin Durant. Yep. Giannis, of course, he's going to be there. I'm very happy to see Bam there. Bam has been balling out. He started off a little bit slow, I think. But ever since then, homie has been balling out. Game after game, I see 30, 30, 30, 33. He ain't averaging 30 points. Don't get it wrong. He ain't averaging 30 points. But homie is doing great. Jaylen Brown, as a Celtics fan, of course, I was a little disappointed to see him not in the starters, actually. We'll get into that. I kind of had my mind changed, though, after I looked at the stats. A little bit. It's still fringe, games played, points, defense, all of that. But yeah, we'll talk about that. DeMar DeRozan, of course, he is in there. Not good enough to be a starter, obviously. Not bad enough to not be on here. It's DeMar DeRozan. Mid-range. He's mid, within the tier of, starters and not starting. You know what I mean. Tyrese Halliburton. Love it. Tyrese Halliburton. Give him his flowers already. Homie averages so many assists every single time. I think he's the assist leader, actually, right now. In averaging him. I don't know if he's the assist leader because he's been out in total assists, but definitely the leader in averages, and he has just been balling. You watch him, he had a game earlier this season, it was 14 assists, 0 turnovers. That is phenomenal. That is insane stuff. Jrue Holiday, the most debatable one on here. Obviously, he plays great defense. He pairs fantastic along Giannis. I really wanted him back on the Celtics a couple of years ago, I think it was now, maybe 2 years ago, maybe just 1 year ago. I really wanted him on the Celtics, but of course he plays great defense. He does the points. He shoots well. We have stats down there. We'll see. Julius Randle, of course, he has been balling lately. He averages crazy amount of rebounds, I think. I don't know the exact amount, but I always see him in the double-digit rebounds, so fantastic stuff. Obviously, I'm happy. Congratulations to the guys in the East. Is there a few things I would change? Possibly. I think Jrue Holiday gets swapped out. With James Harden. Let's go down to that debate, right? While we're here, let's go down to that debate. You got Jrue Holiday averaging 19 points, 5. Now, these are all rounded numbers, just so you guys know. These are not exact numbers. These are rounded. I don't want to put point on every single term I got to use. So, these are rounded. Anyways, Holiday, 19 points, 5 rebounds, 7 assists. James Harden, 21 points more, 6 rebounds more, 11 assists more. Holiday shoots 46% from the field, 37% from 3. James Harden shoots 45% from the field, 1 tick under, 39% from the 3, 2 ticks above. With the value that James Harden brings along Joel Embiid, with the assist, is it really plausible to say that Holiday gets in over Harden? Now you could say games played. Let me check that real quick. So the games played for these guys is Holiday is at 40, James Harden is at 34. That's not a huge difference, especially considering where both teams are. Obviously, if you take 40 divided by 6, it becomes a big difference to the math. I don't know what the math thing. But regardless, I 100% believe that Harden should have been in over Holiday. Holiday's still a great player, of course, right? Holiday's fantastic. But at the end of the day, I think Harden should have gotten in over Jrue Holiday. Moving on. We have the Kyrie Irving versus Jaylen Brown debate. Now, this was one where I was convinced, right? I was convinced as soon as the All-Stars dropped, I was like, ain't no way Jaylen Brown ain't starting. My boy ain't starting. I was kind of livid. I'm not going to lie. But then I looked at the stats and look at this, right? Kyrie Irving, 27.1 points, 5 boards, 5 assists. Jaylen Brown, 27 points, 7 boards, 3 assists. You take those, you know, you have 10 boards and assists equal for Kyrie, 10 boards and assists equal for Jaylen Brown, right? 49-37 shooting splits for Kyrie, 49-34 shooting splits for Jaylen Brown. So it's like, it's pretty even. The games played are pretty even too. I looked at that as well. I think Kyrie Irving has just been so great as of late, and like the drama kind of swooped away, right? If there was still drama from the start of the season, before the start of the season, the media would have been like, this guy is good, but there's so much drama around him. The dramas kind of went down, and Kyrie's just kind of quietly balling. And Jaylen Brown, he's kind of overshadowed by Jason Tatum, which is the reason I think that Jaylen Brown wasn't starting. Now, do I think he should have been starting? It's kind of a toss-up. You flip a coin, right? You literally flip a coin at that, because what else can you do? Kyrie doesn't lead his team when Kevin Durant's there. Jaylen Brown doesn't lead his team when Jason Tatum's there. They're both great teams. They're both at the top of the East. What else can you really do? You know what I mean? And it's the guard position. Obviously, it can be flip-flop. You don't have to do point guard, shooting guard. It's kind of a toss-up. But that's just how it is. Now, let's go through the West. Stephen Curry. Obviously, Steph Curry's got to be there. If you think Shea's starting over him, then, well, it's just media's going to give Steph more attention. Do I think Shea should be starting over Steph? No. No, I don't. I think Steph Curry has earned that right, even with missing a few games, even with, you know, maybe not averaging as much as he should. I don't even care about the stats. Steph Curry, I believe, should start. Okay? Luka Doncic, we know what this guy does. This guy's like, hey, here's a 50-point triple-double. Here's a 60-point triple-double. And then, oh, wait. Here's a 50-point triple-double. All right? Luka is honestly absolutely insane. As a Celtics fan, LeBron James, of course, this guy's 38 years old, and I come on here, and it's like, oh, guess his stats tonight. Well, he went 11-19 for 38 points, 11 rebounds, and 12 assists at 38 years old. Like, okay, wow, that's a little bit, man. Zion Williamson, very controversial pick here. Missed a lot of games, and people were thinking that Anthony Davis was going to start over him. Anthony Davis didn't make the All-Star game. It's kind of weird territory right here, and I get where people are coming from. I think Zion was great when he was playing. I don't have the exact stats because he's a starter. He's going to be in the game however you look at it. You know what I mean? If he wasn't a starter, he would have been a reserve. But the Anthony Davis debate is a good one. We'll get into that. Nikola Jokic. Wow, this guy is even more spectacular than Luka Doncic, I feel sometimes. I come on here night in and night out. You know my recaps, right? If you're watching, you probably have seen my recaps. I look at the box score and it's like, oh, Nikola Jokic dropped 23 points on 9 of 13 shooting, 18 rebounds, and 16 assists. How does bro have enough time to do all of that? Somebody please tell me. Somebody ask him and tell me how he has enough time to do all that. Like, homie's out there for 90 minutes playing it in 37-35. It's honestly insane. Here come some more reserves and some more debates. You got Paul George. He's been quietly balling too. I haven't really noticed it. His games played have been consistent, but he's been quietly balling, and he's been actually really good. Did you know that Paul George shoots almost 40% from the three-point? I didn't know that. I couldn't say I know that. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, he's got to be up there. He leads the league and blocks among guards. My boy Derek White is under him. Shout out Derek White. But, yeah, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, special talent too. He goes like 38 points, 12 of 24 shooting on the nightly. It's honestly insane. He dropped 23 points the other night. I was confused. I was like, what happened, bro? What happened? What's going on? You know what I mean? Jaren Jackson Jr., hold on that one. Larry Markkinen, give him his flowers. Absolutely. He wasn't even that good in Chicago. I think, was that the last place he played? I think so. He was like a bum in Chicago, kind of. People want him out of there. I know Bulls fans were mad at him. But he goes into Utah. He becomes this all-star. What a baller. Love that for him. Shout out to him. Ja Morant, yes, sir. Of course, I love it, love it, love it. Ja Morant should be there 100%. Domantas Sabonis, yup, I see him having a double-double every single night. I don't think I've recapped a game where he hasn't had a double-double. Has Domantas Sabonis had a game this season where he didn't have a double-double? Let me know. And then, of course, Damian Lillard, my favorite player outside of the Celtics. So happy he made it. He has been, of course, let me say balling one more time. Balling a lot right now. It's fantastic. I absolutely love it. Damian Lillard, happy he's there. Let's get into the last East heated debate, right, of Joel Embiid and Kevin Durant. Now, I saw a lot of these arguments that Joel Embiid should be over Kevin Durant because of the games played, but this stunned me, right? I was confused at this. Joel Embiid's played 38 games. Kevin Durant has played 39. I saw so many arguments on Twitter that was saying, well, Kevin Durant missed so many games. Kevin Durant missed so many games. Embiid has been playing. I was shocked. I was like, wow, that is actually crazy, right? Now, do I think he should be starting over a Jason Tatum or a Giannis? Maybe. I don't know, will they classify the 3 wing spots as, just any wings and any centers? It's inclusive now. You don't even need a center, clearly, because Tatum plays small forward, Durant plays small forward, power forward, I don't know, and Giannis plays power forward. So you don't need a center now. I think you should. Center should hold on that position. I think if you're going to make it 2 guards, 3 forwards, then you have to have a center in there. But if you're just having anything, you should just have anything, If 5 freaking centers are balling all in the same season, more than any other guards, any other forwards, have it all centers. The All-Star Game's not meant to be this crazy game, crazy competitive, crazy we're winning a championship. It's a fun trophy, and now it's like kind of a memorial to Kobe Bryant, rest in peace, which is really cool, and I love that. I was going on a rant, sorry. Jaren Jackson Jr. versus Anthony Davis. Wow, this is one people sure should be passionate about, and for good reason. I mean, look at these stats. There is literally zero reason that Jaren Jackson Jr. should be an All-Star over Anthony Davis. Jaren Jackson Jr., 17 points, 7 rebounds, 1 assist. Anthony Davis, 27 points, more, 12 rebounds, more, 3 assists, more. Now, games played, 35 games versus Anthony Davis's 29. But still, 6 games, not a huge gap, It's like fringe big gap, but come on now. Look at the stats speak for themselves. I'm sure if you let Anthony Davis play 6 more games this season, his averages aren't going down to 17 points per game. I think everyone can agree on that. The only thing that goes against Anthony Davis is, of course, the 3.3 blocks compared to 2. I will admit, but is the 10 more points that Anthony Davis gives you per game is way more beneficial than the extra 1 block that Jaren Jackson Jr. is going to give you per game. An extra 1 block can maybe be a 5-point turnaround at best, saying everything goes well. Anthony Davis's 10 points that are virtually guaranteed within the number statistics, it's always going to be a sure thing. Let me know your thoughts on that, guys. That's a debate. That's one for the ages there. Jaren Jackson Jr. versus Anthony Davis. I couldn't believe it. Let's get into some snubs now. We've talked about Paul George. I think he's fine being there. Do I think that somebody else should be over him? Yes. And this is exactly who I think should have been in over him. Okay, I just confirmed Anthony Edwards can play small forward. So why is he not in over Paul George? I have absolutely zero clue. Every single number, every single stat points in direction of Anthony Edwards. 54 games played compared to 37. That's a ton. That is huge. 6 game difference is not a lot. But 17 game difference, we're talking about something there. You know what I mean? 54 versus 37, that's huge. 25 points for Anthony Edwards, more than 23. 6 boards, equal. 5 assists, equal. 46% shooting, equal. Paul George has 2 ticks up on his 3-point percentage. You know the defense both of them play. It's if you look at the stats, I'm going purely off stats here. I'm sorry, I can't watch every game. I'm sorry, right? I can't watch every game. So I am one of those people on Twitter that's like making false accusations because I don't watch every game. I am a casual. Am I a casual? Maybe. Let me know. Regardless, Anthony Edwards over Paul George, change my mind, you can. Pascal Siakam, way too inconsistent. This guy's putting up good numbers. His Toronto Raptors also are actual garbage. They're like 23 and 30 or something. It's pretty horrible, and he's been pretty inconsistent as of late, which I think why the media didn't give him a lot of attention. I mean, name the last time that you've heard his name in a really good game. You can't. He's maybe had a 30 piece in the past month and a half. That's just how the cookie crumbles. You got Jalen Brunson, which people were thinking was a snub, right? I mean, who do you got the guards in the East? Who are you taking away there? Drew Holiday, I guess. Yeah, everyone just coming for Drew Holiday's head. Everybody wants people in over Drew Holiday. It's kind of rough for homie out here, but I mean, the stats speak for himself. 23 points, 4 boards, 6 assists, 47% shooting, 39% from 3. Crazy stuff. De'Aaron Fox as well. I mean, are you going to put him in over Damian Lillard, Ja Morant, Shea? It's kind of hard. It's very tough there, but 24 points from him with 4 boards, 6 assists, 51% shooting, and 33% from 3. It's a numbers game. It's a numbers and popularity game. You know, you have the media vote, you have the fan vote, and you have the players vote. It's a popularity game. And the Kings usually aren't popular. You usually hear the joke. Oh, with the 2 Kings fans, it's just like the Chargers fans. The Kings and the Chargers fans, NFL and NBA, respectively, they don't have a lot of fans. The Kings seem to have more fans this season because they're lighting the beam now. But, hey, that's just my thoughts, guys. Let me know your thoughts on all the NBA All-Star related stuff down below. Trying out a new format of content. Stay with me here. I'm going to try and get a better camera, better mic, make this way cooler, better editing. It's the first video of this. Stick with me. I promise you there's much more to come. Let me know your whole All-Star ballot down below. I'll let you know if I agree or disagree. Jimmy Butler was not stubbed, by the way. Neither was Trae Young. I don't care. I don't like Trae Young. I think he's okay, but then he just plays like trash and then he wants out of the organization. Like, bro, what are you doing? I'll stop it there. Enjoy basketball, everyone. I'll see you on the next one. See ya.